Oh, all right, TV for sale.
Yeah, it's for sale.
Yeah, how much?
$1.
Only $1?
Just $1.
How come it's so cheap?
Oh, because the volume's turned all the way up. You can't adjust it, stuff that way.
So the volume's turned all the way up.
Yep,
And it's only $1?
just $1.
Because the volume's turned all the way up.
Yep.
Wow, can't turn that down.
WCVH proudly presents CV Today.
Good afternoon. Today is Monday, September 30th. Now over to Jamie with some more announcements.
Thank you. The quote of the day today is, "Hate comes from intimidation. Love comes from appreciation," by Tyga. Lunch for today is mozzarella cheese sticks, and lunch for tomorrow is sweet and sour chicken and steak sandwich. Now over to your weather report.
Hey CV, today's going to be a high of 68 with a low of 59. It's going to be cloudy and there may be a chance of showers later in the afternoon. And tomorrow's going to be a high of 80 with a low of 67 and it's going to be partly sunny. Now to headline news.
Thanks, Weather Girl. A school bus driver in Longview, Washington, faces charges of driving under the influence and reckless endangerment after a child who had just gotten off the bus called 911. Claiming the driver was intoxicated, police said. Catherine Macarone, 48, is on administrative leave while Longview Public Schools carries out its internal investigation of the September 12th incident, the district said Friday. In the 911 call, the child said the driver passed 3 red lights and there's still kids on there. The driver was wobbling, the child said, and in her eyes you could tell she was drunk. The 911 Communications Center contacted the school district transportation office and the bus driver was stopped. The Longview Police Department said in a September 13th Facebook post. Responding police officers smelled an obvious odor of intoxicants coming from Macarone. The post said. There were no children on board at the time of the arrest, police said, but she had just completed 2 afternoon bus routes. Macarone was arrested and charged with 2 counts of reckless endangerment and DUI, police said, adding that additional charges could come after the investigation is finished. CNN has reached out to Macarone for comment but has not yet been able to determine if she has legal representation. They also reached out to the prosecuting attorney on the case for an update on the charges of Macarone faces. The school has put an improved process in place for screening bus drivers every day before they start their routes, Longview Public Schools Superintendent Dan Zorn said in a statement Friday. A transportation representative from the state's education department is also reviewing district bus operations and may have other safety measures to consider for implementation. The statement said, "We are thankful all our students arrived home safely," Zorn said. I'm Sophia Steed, reporting.
This week in the guidance office, the following college representatives will be here. If you are interested in speaking with them, please stop in the guidance office to see Mrs. McDaniel to receive a pass. St. Joseph's University tomorrow, October 1st at 10 a.m. Eastern University tomorrow, October 1st at 1 o'clock p.m. Mu Alpha Theta, the National High School and 2-Year College Mathematics Honor Society, is dedicated to inspiring a keen interest in mathematics, developing strong scholarship in that subject, and promoting the enjoyment of mathematics in high school and 2-year college students. Currently, more than 124,000 students are Mu Alpha Theta members at more than 2,633 schools in the United States and in 23 foreign countries. If you have an interest in joining Mu Alpha Theta, attend the first meeting on October 10th at 7 a.m. If you are unable to attend the meeting, see Mrs. Heinley in room 125 before the end of the day, October 9th. Now over to Money with Mead.
Hi CV, it's Mrs. Mead with Money with Mead. Welcome back to a great another Monday. So I have 4 things that I want to tell you about real quickly. The first one is remember to sign up for your Giant rewards. If your parents or your grandma, grandpa, aunts, uncles, whoever, go to Giant. It's really quick, it's really easy. It's even easier if you have the Giant app. Download it, put it on there that you want Conestoga Valley High School to get your money. Second thing, 10th graders, Hobie. I've gotten 1 or 2 responses already. Good for you. So just keep them coming. Remember, you have about 3 weeks, so now you're down about 2 weeks to complete these. Do not wait till the last minute. No offense, I don't care if you're sick, whatever. I gave you 3 weeks to turn it in. So make sure you do that, 10th graders. And if you have any questions, you can always email me or come see me in room 210. Next thing, Fall Food Frenzy, another way to volunteer. Bring in those goodies for the CVCCS, so make sure you have a good, worthwhile cause. It's one way that maybe you can gather some materials from neighbors or whatever and bring them in. And they are looking for particular items, so make sure you check that out. And last but not least, because of a parent, we actually have one more way for seniors and the Senior Awards Committee to get money, and this is through Stoffers. So Mrs. Baker, I'm talking to you because I know you love Stoffers, and there's some people out there that only go to Stoffers. Believe it or not, Stoffers has an awards program. So I am sending out an email and putting it on Schoology also. So if your family goes to Stoffers, you have a bonus card. It's kind of like the Giant program. You can actually sign up for CVHS to get some of the money, and it doesn't affect any other awards programs. So I'm sending that out today. If you're a big Stoffers fan, sign up for us. Give us some more money for Senior Awards Committee, and it doesn't affect you at all when you shop at Stoffers. All right, that's it for today's CV. I hope you have a great week. See you next time.
The CVHS Literacy Committee needs you to vote for this year's One Book, One School book. Like last year, you will have 4 books to choose from. Each day, today through Thursday, we will highlight one of the books on the announcements. On Friday during lunches, you will have the chance to vote for the book you want to win and a chance to win a copy of that book. Check out the first choice. Hey, kiddo.
Hi, I'm Jarrett Krzoska, and this is my new book, Hey Kiddo. It's a graphic memoir about my life growing up. I was raised by my grandparents, who were some very colorful characters. And I was raised by them because my mother, she was addicted to heroin. And she spent the majority of my life either in jail or halfway home. So I had a lot of stuff going on in my life, a lot of chaos. But thankfully, I was loved, and I also had art. When I created art, I was fully in charge of the world that I was involved with. Whereas in the actual world, I had no say and no control over anything, which is the case for any kid really, but when your parent is an addict, there is just so much you're not in charge of. I hope that people who are growing up surrounded by addiction will get a sense that they're not the only ones.
Attention juniors and seniors. CV will be hosting SATs on Saturday, November 2nd. Please go to sat.org to register by October 3rd. See your counselor if you have any questions. Now over to CV Sports.
There are girls tennis LL League team playoffs today against Linkseer Catholic at 4. Dismissal at 2:15.
There's a home girls volleyball game against Township at 7.
Come out and support the Bucks.
Now over to sports highlights.
With no score. 4-man rush, look out. Bridgewater escapes. Bridgewater looks downfield, fires, juggled and intercepted. In his second year at Nebraska. And he puts the first points of the night. Take the direct snap. The man who can do just about everything, including this. Taysom Hill for a gain of about 18 yards.
Position and 220 pounds to fit it.
Over the Texans. And then Lutz bangs that one. Saints on top. Morstead holding, and that kick is good. Now the Saints back off defensively. Prescott throws over the middle, and Witten fumbles and loses it. A.J. Klein knocks it away. It's picked up by Von Bell, and the ball is still alive. And that one works, I think, in the Saints' favor. Here comes Lutz for the field goal that is good. In at fullback, leading the way and putting his head down and getting across the goal line for a touchdown. The flag. Pretty clear evidence there was. Empty set here. And Prescott under pressure. Five-time fires, and that will be incomplete. Bridgewater, three receivers set to the left. Bridgewater, that straight drop, being chased, look out, under pressure, and sacked back at the 50.
See if they stay with it or back off. They don't have a safety in the middle, they back out.
Back out, four-man rush, and Prescott's going to get sacked. Coverage, you've heard of triple coverage. That's the first time I've ever seen quadruple coverage. 3rd and 20, they fire, and it is caught. They got to get up to the 48. They got to spike it. Randall Cobb caught it. They got to spike it and then try another Hail Mary. It's 3-2. They do get it. Prescott, one last prayer. Not answered. Marcus Williams with the pick. And the New Orleans Saints, and Breeze is one of the first guys out there, come away with an upset win over the previously undefeated.
That's all the announcements we have for you today.
On behalf of WCVH, I'm Madeline alongside
Bethany.
And this is CV Today.
Have a manic Monday. Now over to some safety announcements from Mr. Thornton and Dr. Fox.
All right, everybody, we are talking about Safety Week all week here as we get set to do some drills and some practices through our security and safety procedures. And Dr. Fox, you're going to take us through. We have something happening every day this week, correct?
Correct.
So today, why don't you start us out right after our presentation here? Sure. We'll begin.
So today we're going to start out with a introductory video. The video we've used the last couple years. It's going to summarize our RVI, or response to violent intruder training, that you're going to see this week. Tomorrow, everybody will go through a safe to say something training, which is a tip line that we've been using that your teachers will go over with you during your 4th block as well. And they will go over how to submit a tip, what warning signs to see, and all of those types of things. Wednesday through Friday will be our RVI training. One day you'll hear about run. Next day you'll hear about hide and fight, and then we'll culminate our week on Friday with a security drill, and we will give out details as we go throughout the week. And what we'll talk about, Mr. Thornton, is essentially the idea being that the safety is a #1 priority of our students, and it's something that we really take seriously here at CV.
Definitely starts with safety each day, so we have to ask all the time, as you hear me say, it's never a joking matter. We need you to be serious through those moments where we drill, when we go over information, and when your teachers are going over that information. So again, we'll start right out after our presentation here. And if we have any questions, teachers, you can always consult the Schoology page. We have all the security information on there, but call us in the office if you need or have any questions, all right? Thanks for your cooperation, and we'll go right to our first segment.
Our schools are among the safest places anywhere. Children are safer in school than they are at home, at the mall, riding their bike, or driving in a car. But as safe as our school buildings are, we've all heard reports of violent attacks in places that no one dreamed would ever be in danger. Places like Columbine, Newtown, and Franklin Regional. Troubled people sometimes lash out in violent ways. Sometimes there are warning signs, and sometimes they aren't noticed or taken seriously. The increased prevalence of guns in the home has made access to weapons much easier for children and youth. We need to be prepared for the worst to ensure students and staff members know how to protect themselves from harm. In the event that an individual enters your school with a weapon, your survival may depend on the plan you have developed and practiced far ahead of time. There are 3 things you can remember that can save a life: run, hide, fight. Always remember, if you see something, say something. If you hear another student talking about attacking a classmate or having a weapon at school, report it. At the first sign that there is an armed intruder in your building, your initial response should be to get to a safe place. Secondly, you should alert others and call 911.
I think there's been a school shooting.
To get out of harm's way needs to be your #1 priority. You then need to decide whether you will run, hide, or fight. If there is an escape path, you should attempt to evacuate. Students need to stay calm and move swiftly as they follow the teacher's instructions. Staff members should help students escape and prevent others from entering the area. Get out quickly, leaving personal belongings behind. The only exception is staff should take their cell phone and classroom go kit if possible. If evacuation is not possible, find a place to hide. Determine if the area you are in can be secured. Stay calm and remember, help is on the way. Students can help by keeping classmates calm and listening to staff members' instructions. Block doors by using furniture and other available items. Silence all electronic devices and be very still. Even though your first instinct may be to call home, your safety depends on keeping quiet. As a last resort, if your lives are at risk, fight. Adults should take the lead to protect students. Use anything that can be used as a weapon against your attacker. Chairs, hot coffee, fire extinguishers, books, and any other improvised weapon. Act aggressively and commit to your actions in order to disarm your attacker. When law enforcement arrives on the scene, their focus will be on apprehending the suspect. Once that has been accomplished, medical staff will then enter the building and treat any injuries. Be aware of your environment and consider all options for exiting to safety. Always have an evacuation plan that staff and students are capable of following. In an incident like this, victims are generally chosen randomly. The event is unpredictable and may unfold quickly. The first law enforcement on the scene are not there to evacuate or help the injured. They are well trained and are there to stop the attacker. When hearing of a school incident, the first impulse for parents is to immediately come to the school to find their child. This can put the parent in harm's way and interfere with the emergency response team. Parents should not call their student during an intruder incident. If the assailant is still loose in the building, a ringing phone could lead the assailant to students. Information for parents about the incident will be conveyed through ParentLink, the news media, the district's cable TV channel, and on the district's website. Parents will be notified as quickly as possible of the reunification site for their school. To make sure our schools are as safe as they possibly can be, we should all be aware and be prepared. If you see something, say something. Your actions can make all the difference for your safety and your survival. When dealing with an armed intruder, either at school or out in the public, there are 3 key things you need to remember to survive. Run, hide, fight.